Oasis, classic Oasis there, roll with it. Friday afternoon live. It's time to go over to the telephones. Are you ready, Dave?
I'm ready.
We've got the one and only Andy Porter on the line right now. Hello, Andy, how are you doing? Are you there, Andy?
Yes, I am, yeah.
He's there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. We've got Dave Johnson, who you worked with at Port Vale for many a year with me in the studio.
Yeah, hey up, mate, how are you?
Hi, Dave, you okay? I've missed you.
I've missed you as well, mate, and I mean that as well, I really have. What are you doing these days, anyway? Are you involved in the game in any way at all?
In the football-wise, I'm just doing a little bit at Port Vale. I'm doing the under-15s at the academy.
Yeah.
Because my lad's in the under-13s there, so instead of me just standing there watching, I said I'd do a little bit for him, and I enjoy the coaching with the lads, you know, and hopefully it gives them a little bit to progress with.
Is it too early to assess players at that age, or do you get a pretty good idea that, you know, they may be able to make it in the game?
Everything can change. It can change from 1 minute to the next. You know, you need a bit of luck. You know, someone just watching at the right time, at the right place. You know, and you're just doing the right thing. And it's all sorts, Dave. You know, and it is a lot of luck. There is a lot of kids wanting to be professional footballers, and you know, it's a lovely sport to be in if you can get in. And it's just getting in there.
You've been there and done it, of course, with one or two clubs. But do you put it over to those young players there? Do you tell them about the diets and so on, and how they've got to look after their bodies, or is it just about coaching the football?
Nowadays, it's different from when we were. We weren't told about diets, Dave. You know, you know, I can see some of the lads now. Alan Webb was one of them. Flipping it, you know, he used to come back pre-season and used to have to put plastic bags on to try and make himself sweat and lose a little bit of weight. But nowadays, they get told what to eat, when to eat, and you know, and the right diet. And they got better food nowadays as well.
Yeah.
You know, fish and chips doesn't go down well now.
So it's drilled into them at an early age, which, when you think about it, even if they don't make it in the game, it's not a bad thing, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's a good thing, and just for all the kids to learn and go the right way. If they don't do football, they might do another sport, you know, and if not that, it'll just give them a healthy life.
Right.
Do you tell them about your career, Andy?
I get a bit embarrassed with that. I just try and keep myself to myself with that. You know, if people ask me questions, I'll tell them what's gone on and how it's gone on, but I try and keep it to myself.
I know you gave me a few stories last year for a book, which we'll come on to one of those shortly, but I know you said at the time you got to be really careful because the things... just thinking of them make me laugh. There are things that we could not put in the book, basically. But have you been keeping an eye on the Vale and lately, on the results and so forth?
I always keep an eye on the results, see how they're doing, and you know, where they are in the league. I don't watch all the players and what they're doing and this, that, and the other. I just watch where they are. Little bit gutted that Brownie's been sacked. You know, it's not very nice seeing people getting sacked. You know, because I know how hard it is, because I've been in the game as well, how hard it is, how hard you work, and then to get sacked, it's not very nice, so I just wish him all the best. But I want someone to come in quickly and do a good job and get them out of the position they're in.
It's funny that, because we got a question from somebody named Kate, who describes herself as one of your... Well, actually, your number one fan. She wants to know, do you not fancy having a go at managing the Vale?
I would love to, you know, but I've been out of the game with about a year now, you know, managing, and then as assistant manager with Martin Foyle. You know, I would love to come back to the Vale, but have I done enough this last year? I don't think I have. So I think you need someone like a Martin Foyle. And I've heard something this week. You know, John Rudge wants to come back and you know, do a little bit.
That'd be fantastic. Can you imagine Roger coming back for a start? And would you put your name forward, and would you like to be involved if that was the case?
Oh gosh, yes, no doubt about that. If Roger come back and or Martin Foyle come back, yes, I would love to be assistant or something like that. That would be good and help them out and help the Vale out.
Yeah. Obviously, they got a big pull, but what about me, and I'm asking you to come back. You know what I mean? I mean, don't I count for anything, and?
Oh, you do count for a lot, Dave. We've had a good time together, haven't we?
Yeah.
All them years. All them football videos you used to give me
dead right.
New York.
I could still. I'm going to have to pull them out the drawer somewhere and have a look at those again.
Yes, you'll have to send me them, Dave, as well.
If I can, I will.
More them 4-4-2 formations and all that. That's great.
So for over 30 years, you've had some association with Vale. I know you've been to other clubs, but you've been there and back. And there was a time in the mid 2000s when you came back to play again. Was it 2004, Andy? When we were short of players and you were back on the field again.
Yes, I know. That was when I was doing the youth team and the reserves. And then Martin Foyle, he just said, "Could you play again?" And I said, "Oh, definitely." So and he stuck us on. And I played about 6 or 7 games, I think. I was involved in, and it was fantastic to come back.
Yeah.
But the only problem was, you never give me no time off. So I was playing for the first team, then I was doing the reserves and the youth team, and oh gosh, it was a nightmare at the time. I was tired and everything. Yeah. So if I look back now, I wish I'd had a bit of time off and I'd have got my energy back.
Yeah, of course. A bit of a fan's favourite as well, Andy. I know we could talk all day about what you did and achieved at the Vale, the places where you played. But something me and Dave were just talking about off mic, some of the players you came up against, and especially in the 90s, there was some big names, wasn't there?
Yes, there was, yeah. You can name them if you want.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good players out there at the time, and, they were good footballers, 100% great heart, and they were good players. I think nowadays they've gone a little bit softer. I don't know if that's because of the game's changed and whatever. I don't think we could play nowadays because of that. But no, some fantastic players about.
I see those players, and those players have made a lasting impression. You can't even remember any of their names.
Yeah. Because like Vale
King Clancy.
Yeah, I can say
King Clancy was one. Yes. I can't tell you what happened with him. He had an accident and he played the week after, and I was marking him after that. So all the things John Rudge said was get stuck in, and he didn't fancy it on the day.
And you don't need to be told that twice, do you? And
oh gosh,
love that.
He needs to tell me everything what he wanted, and I need to do, and hopefully I produced it for him. Yeah. He was a fantastic manager at the time, and now I look back, I know how good he was now.
Right, I think Terry may have a couple of questions for you.
I've got one more, in case the listeners don't know. Obviously, your nickname's Goober. Where did that come from?
Right, that was when I was an apprentice at the Vale. And I was a little bit plump at the time, when I come back. We said about the diet, we didn't have really good diet. And what it was a teddy bear, and it was a little bit plump, and it was called Goober. And 10 years later, because I'd never seen him, 10 years later, I found the teddy bear, and I've kept it. So... yes, it was a plump teddy bear, and that's where the name come from.
Brilliant. Fantastic. You mentioned John Rudge a few minutes ago, and I know I have sort of prepared you for this. I spoke to you on the phone recently. This is one of the stories you gave me for my book. I couldn't write it how you tell it. It's a fantastic story. I hope you're going to repeat it now. It's all to do with John Rudge's pants. Tell us the story.
Right, okay. I hope he's not listening. So what happened was, there was about a month or 2 months where me and John Jeffers, we were being left out, dropped, and whatever. So we thought, right, we're going to get our own back. So what happened was, in the referee's room, the coaches and John used to always get changed and whatever. So John Jeffers stood at the door, keeping an eye out for me. I used to run in quickly, get his pants, stretch them over 3.
John Rudge's pants, these aren't they?
Yes, and then run back out. Next day, come on, John, we'll do it again. He stood at the door looking out for me. I shot in, spread them over the 3 pegs, and he must have been getting baggy by this time. But then on the last day, Fridays, he stood at the door. I'm running quickly, just about to spread them out, and I get a voice from behind. Oi, what are you doing? And I've looked round, still holding on to his pants, and he's in the bath behind me, and I couldn't. Oh my gosh! What are you doing? Sit down. So I had to sit down for 20 minutes and tell him all my problems, all my story, and everything. But he was fantastic about it. But yes, I don't think the pants would have fit him now. So yeah.
I know you were telling me he sat you down as if you were a naughty schoolboy, didn't he? And you sat there with your head down. Is that right?
Yes, I sat there. It was like my head between my legs, and yes, it was. It was funny times, and
as I remember,
there was a lot more as well that he'd done as well. He was, like I said, he was fantastic. He didn't mind, I don't think.
I remember you telling me when he was sort of telling you off, if that's the right phrase. John Jeffers at the door trying to make you laugh, wasn't he?
Oh gosh, yeah, because he was in the bath. He was facing me this way, and I was facing John Jeffers the other way, and he was pulling faces, jumping up and down. Oh, gosh. But like I said, that was the team spirit in them days.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of money at Port Vale, but what John did, he got players in that wanted to be there, great, happy with each other, mixed in well with each other, and it was a great time.
You and obviously other players who played for John Rudge have got a lot of respect for the manager still. How big an impact could he have, given that he's been out of the game for a bit as well, how big an impact could he have should he come back to the Vale now in some capacity? Yes,
I think there's positions for John in there. All his experiences, he could help someone out, formations, how to do this, how to do that, what players. He's got a lot of knowledge in the game, so there is positions for him. And something, I'd love to see him go back.
Well, I was just going to say, and I'd love to see John Rudge come back. I would also love to see Andy Porter come back.
Yes,
that would be absolutely fantastic. And I'll be in that door for a chat as well.
Dave said you should write a book yourself, Andy.
Yeah, I did mention that actually. Yeah.
I could, but...
It'd be X-rated, won't it, Ant? Would it be X-rated?
I think it would be, yes. I think there'd be a lot in there that I couldn't put, so there'd be only 1 or 2 pages I could write. So, yes, no. The times that we had, like I said, the great team spirit, it was fantastic in them days. And but nowadays you can't do any of that, so you can't talk about it either.
Yeah. And thanks very much for coming on the show. It's been absolutely brilliant, very entertaining. I'm sure everybody's enjoyed it. I hope you have too.
Yes. I get a little bit nervous on the radio, So
well, I don't know why.
I've had everything. I've done my hair and everything for you. I know you can't see me, but yes, I've done all that. No, it's been great to listen to you, John, Dave.
I don't know why I get nervous at all, because you speak great, honestly.
Yeah, very good,
very entertaining, fantastic, mate.
No,
thank you very much.
She goes mad.
Is she listening in, by the way?
Yes. Oh yes. So. We'll see.
Well, hello to Mrs. Goober from 6 Times Radio. I'd just like to get there on there. Hello, Mrs. Goober. And thank you very much, mate. Hopefully speak to you again soon, mate?
Yes, okay then, Dave.
Top
man. Just when you want something, just give me a call.
Yeah, I know.
He picked the right man there. Thank you very much, Andy, for coming on, mate.
All right then, Terry.
Thanks, and
take care, mate.